It is the top of the hour. Thank you so much for sticking with us. I'm Nichole Berlie, live in Chicago. We begin this hour in Washington ahead of a high-profile call between President Trump and Russian President Putin. The White House confirming Trump is planning to speak with Putin tomorrow amid ongoing discussions to end the war in Ukraine. President Trump and the Russian president likely to discuss land and control of power plants, including Europe's largest, currently under Russian occupation. We are expecting to hear from officials at the State Department at any moment ahead of this call. We'll bring that to you live when it happens. But we're also following the Trump administration's latest deportation flights, this time to El Salvador. More than 200 alleged Venezuelan gang members on board that flight as a legal battle develops. A judge telling the administration to halt the flights, but it appears the White House ignored that order. So correspondent Kelly Meyer is live for us there at the White House. Kelly, you asked the first question today to the press secretary, and it concerned these deportation flights.
Yeah, this was a major focus in today's briefing. The move over the weekend, invoking the Alien Enemies Act, deporting the members of the TDA gang, they say, MS-13. This now being challenged in the court again later today. Karoline Leavitt, the White House press secretary, telling me that she is confident they will win against this. They are saying that the flights, as you mentioned, had already taken off by the time that this order was written. I wanted to play what else she had to say to our question about what the American people's concerns are around this. Take a listen. What do you say to Americans who want safe streets but are concerned due process is being violated?
The president is using every lever of his executive authority and his constitutional authority within the bounds of the immigration laws of our country to ensure that our streets are safer for law-abiding American citizens. And this administration is focused on detaining, arresting, and deporting illegal criminal aliens. And as you saw this past weekend, the president used his authority under the Alien Enemies Act to deport foreign terrorists. Tren de Aragua is now a designated foreign terrorist organization. And as I said, there were nearly 200 Tren de Aragua members who were sent to El Salvador this weekend. Countless lives will be saved because of this action. And if you talk to the families, the Angel families, as I mentioned, Blake and Riley and Jocelyn Nungray, they understand the grave cost of life at the hands of these illegal terrorists. And the president is proud to deliver on that promise for them.
Just to follow up on that, this will be challenged later today in the courts. Does the president, does this allow him to defy the court order without having this the checks and balances and the separation of power?
No. In fact, this administration acted within the confines of the law, again, within the president's constitutional authority and under the authority granted to him under the Alien Enemies Act. We are quite confident in that, and we are wholly confident that we are going to win this case in court.
So again, this will come up later today. That's where the questions will be asked. The administration will have to answer whether or not they defied the order again and again, time and time again. In this briefing today, Karoline Leavitt repeatedly said the administration had complied with the judge's written order. She was also asked about border czar Tom Homan earlier today, saying he didn't care what the judges think. Leavitt said, "I can assure you that the administration is complying with the court order." And as she has said repeatedly from the podium, she adds, all of the flights that were subject to the judge's written order departed before the written order, and we are prepared to make that case in court later this afternoon. We will continue to follow this story to see what they say, because the repercussions of whatever is decided here could mean changes to how the administration does this going forward, and their ability to deport some of these gang members that they are trying to get off of the streets, as well as that question over due process for those folks that may be worried whether or not they could be deported without that process. That is a major question here in front of the courts as well. So we'll continue to follow it, Nichole.
Yeah, lots to follow. All right, Kelly Meyer, live for us there in Washington. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.